Let me ask you something simple. When was the last time you actually felt your birthday? Not just checked your phone, said thanks to a few messages, and moved on. I mean, really felt it. The way you did when you were a kid. When a birthday meant balloons, cake, and that one moment where the world seemed to look right at you. Now, years later, that same day comes and goes like any other. You tell yourself it doesn't matter. You say, I don't really celebrate anymore. But deep down, is that true? Because sometimes, when we say it's just another day, what we really mean is, I stopped expecting to be remembered. And that's where the story begins. Not with the party, but with the quiet psychology of why growing up changes how we celebrate being alive. Let me ask you something gentle but powerful. When was the last time you felt your birthday? Not just said thanks to a few messages, not just smiled at a cake, but truly felt it, the way you did when you were a child. Remember that feeling? When balloons meant magic, when candles meant wishes, and when, just for one small day, the whole world seemed to look right at you. Now, fast forward to adulthood. The same date arrives, but it feels like any other day. You wake up, check your phone, see a few notifications, maybe your mother calls, and then you move on. You tell people, I don't really celebrate. You say, it's just another day. But is it really? Because beneath that calm voice, there's often a quiet ache. A story that no one asks about. People who treat their birthday like a normal day aren't emotionless. They're the reflective ones. The ones who learn to hide excitement because disappointment once taught them to. Psychologically, birthdays are mirrors. They reflect how you feel about being alive. They reveal how comfortable you are with being seen. When someone says, I don't care about my birthday, sometimes they mean, I stopped expecting anyone to care. There's a difference between growing mature and growing numb. And birthdays often show us which one we've become. Some people move past birthday excitement because they've found peace, joy in quiet mornings, meaning in ordinary days. To them, life itself has become the celebration. But for others, birthdays are complicated. They bring a wave of memories, not of parties, but of moments they felt forgotten. So instead of hoping someone remembers, they say, it's just another day. It's not indifference, it's protection. The mind learns this defense. After enough letdowns, the brain lowers its expectations. It says, don't hope too much. It's a kind of emotional self-protection. But that safety comes with a price, because it also dulls joy. You start walking through life politely, smiling, present, but distant. Like a guest at your own birthday. You say you don't care, but later you still notice who didn't message. You still replay the day in silence, because even pretending not to care is a quiet form of caring. Psychologists call it avoidant validation behavior. It means you convince yourself you don't need recognition because you're afraid not to get it. And that's okay. It's how many people learn to stay balanced. But slowly, that emotional armor gets heavy. Because no matter how strong you are, you still want to be seen. Not praised, not showered with gifts, just seen, genuinely. There's something deeply symbolic about birthdays. They mark existence itself. The one day that belongs only to you, not for what you've achieved, but because you exist. And that realization can stir many feelings: gratitude, nostalgia, even sadness. Because birthdays remind us that time is passing. They quietly ask, how far have I come, and how far haven't I? For some, treating the day like any other is their way to stay grounded, a way to stop time from feeling heavy. But sometimes it's not maturity, it's memory. It's remembering that once upon a time, you cared too much, and it hurt. Many people who act indifferent are the same ones who care deeply for others. They're the ones who remember your birthday, who make you feel seen. They hold space for everyone, but forget to hold it for themselves. And sometimes, the strongest people just need someone to remember them. To say, you matter too. Because even the calmest souls need warmth. Even the most independent hearts need to be seen. Not for what they do, but for who they are. There's no shame in that. There's no weakness in wanting it. If your birthday ever feels like just another day, know this. It's not emptiness. It's evolution. You're learning that joy doesn't have to be loud. That meaning doesn't need confetti. Maybe your celebration now is a quiet walk, a favorite song, a deep breath of peace. That's not sadness. That's growth. Still, if someone remembers your day, let them. Let them say your name. Let them remind you that you exist beyond the routine. Because you do, even when you say, it's just another day. Especially then. You deserve to be seen, not just once a year, but in every ordinary moment that you continue to live, love, and become. Because that's what birthdays are really about. Not age, not candles, not gifts, but acknowledgement. A quiet reminder that you're still here, still growing, still becoming. And that is worth celebrating, in silence or in song, every single year.